Hey credit warriors, welcome to the show, and we have a Chase video for you today. So there is a new Chase card that has just hit the market. We actually did a video about this a few months ago when Chase had just trademarked the name, but this card is now out, so we're going to tell you all about that. Then we have some positive changes to the Chase Pay Yourself Back system, and also a way that you can earn 10 Southwest points per dollar spent, but you've got to act fast. But first, if you do like getting great value, why not get up to 12 free stocks from our sponsor, the stock and crypto trading app Webull. The minimum you will get is 6 stocks at a minimum value together of $34 when you fund your account with any amount of money. And if you're lucky, you could get up to 12 stocks at higher values, worth up to $30,000. You can also get 5% interest on your uninvested cash for the first month, and then it goes down to 4.1%, which is still pretty good anyway. So I'll put the link to that deal with Webull in the description box below for those that are interested. So let's now look at this new Chase credit card, the Chase Freedom Rise. And when this name was trademarked, we did a video. Chase just filed a new trademark a couple of days ago for Chase Freedom Rise, and that is for, quote, banking and related financial services, namely credit card transaction processing and credit card payment processing services. And back then, one of our guesses about this product was that it would be a credit building card. I mean, the name Rise gives it away, right? I mean, it's like rising up, like your credit score rising. And that is indeed what it is. This is Chase's first ever dedicated credit building card. And I'm going to give you a full rundown of the benefits of this card, kind of like a first look. So first of all, to apply, obviously you don't really need a high credit score because this is a credit building card, but Chase does say increase your chances of getting approved for Chase Freedom Rise by having a Chase checking account with at least $250 before applying. And that indeed has always been the case, that if you had a checking account with Chase, you could go into a branch and typically a banker would help recommend you to the credit card department because they could see that you had a checking account with money going into it. So they'd recommend you, whereas you'd otherwise probably, get denied. But it seems that now this has just been made more of an official thing, and if you have a Chase online account and you log into your account and apply, it will link up that you have a Chase checking account with more than $250 in it, and that will influence your application, and you should get approved even with no credit score. And they really go on to hammer it home on their landing page for this card. Visit chase.com or a branch location to open a Chase checking account. Once opened, you can then apply for the Freedom Rise. Only just stopping short of saying you have to have an account to apply, but this may really be the situation anyway, because in the terms and conditions they say, applicants who have never had a credit card, including as an authorized user, can improve their odds of approval for Chase Freedom Rise credit card by having an eligible Chase checking account with qualifying funds of at least $250. The eligible Chase checking account must be open prior to submitting the credit card application, and qualifying funds must be deposited into the eligible Chase checking account within 48 hours of submitting the application. So people who've never had credit in the past would be the only ones interested in getting this card anyway, because there's other better cards out there if you have a credit score. And it is those people, okay, the ones who've never had credit, who Chase is saying will massively increase their odds of, getting the Chase Freedom Rise if they have a Chase checking account with $250 in it. So realistically, in the end, I think everyone who applies for this card is going to end up having a Chase account. All right, let's take a look at the credit building features of this card, and then we'll have a look at the rewards. And yes, there are rewards, but other features first, and then we'll get into the rewards. So the card will give you a $25 statement credit when you enroll in AutoPay within the first 3 months. That's like the welcome bonus, or the equivalent of the welcome bonus, since this card isn't advertised as having a welcome bonus. And having AutoPay enabled is a great feature for people building credit because it ensures you'll never either harm your credit score with a missed payment or get hit with a late fee for a missed payment, which on this card it says is up to $40. Then it says you'll also be considered for a credit limit increase 6 months after you get the card, presumably as long as you pay on time. I wonder where Chase got this idea from. But anyway, it makes sense. And also, the Capital One Platinum doesn't earn any rewards, whereas the Chase Freedom Flex does. It earns 1.5% cash back on everything. It's kind of what the Freedom Unlimited used to be before they started adding extra categories. And that cash back is tracked as points. So as far as I know, if you later go on to get the Chase Sapphire or Chase Ink cards and you want to develop in the Chase ecosystem, you will be able to transfer your points over to those cards cards, and it'll take on higher value when booking flights and hotels through travel portals, okay? 1.25% per point on the Sapphire Preferred and the Ink Preferred, 1.5 cent per point on the Sapphire Reserve, and also you will be able to transfer out to the airline and hotel transfer partners. Another cool thing about this card is that there are a few partner benefits. So you get 3 months of complimentary Dash Pass from DoorDash, you get 5% cash back on Lyft rides through March 2025, and also you get 3 months of Instacart membership and a $10 statement credit for Instacart per quarter through July 2024. So a good set of benefits for a no annual fee card, and I would say it's a great card to start off with, especially if you want to be in the Chase ecosystem. Obviously, having to have a Chase account could be seen as a downside to some. I mean, you can get the Discover It card, which also earns cash back with no credit score, and you don't have to have a bank account with them. But despite that, I would say that this card has risen, pun intended, to be one of the top credit builder cards out there already, and it's only just launched. So this, the Discover It card, I guess the Capital One Platinum, even though it doesn't earn rewards, it's still an easy card to get and a good credit builder. So those three would be kind of my recommended credit builder cards now. All right, let's now look at some other topics still related to Chase. So the first one we have is the Pay Yourself Back feature. Now, this is a feature that was brought in during the pandemic, but then kept in place on many cards, although some of the good stuff has kind of been gutted. But what it does is it enables you to pay off charges on your card in certain categories at higher values higher than 1 cent per point. So we're talking values like 1.25 cents per point on some cards, more like the values you'd get through the travel portal. Pay Yourself Back is available on the Ultimate Rewards earning cards, but also on some of the co-branded cards as well. Now, Chase has recently made some positive changes to Pay Yourself Back on the United co-branded airline cards that they issue, and they probably saw the recent United devaluation where they devalued their points by up to 30% when used to book some routes, and they were like, oh man, we gotta do something good for people to stop them canceling their United cards. And so they've done this. They're now letting you pay off your annual fee on your United cards with United points at some pretty good rates. Miles to Memories had an article where they list all of the cards and the different values you get. So I'll just quote it for you from that. You can check out the article as well. I'll probably put it below somewhere. So which cards are eligible? The United Club Infinite card, that's their highest level card, and you can use 30,000 miles to cover the $525 annual fee. So that works out at 1.75 cents per point, okay? And then on the United Quest card, you can use miles again to cover that annual fee. That works out at 1.6 cents per point. The United Explorer card, that works out at 1.52 cents per point. And the United Business Explorer card, it works out at 1.5 cents per point. So those are actually some really good rates on the miles, okay? Better than flights if you're someone who does a lot of economy flights and you're getting like 1.2, 1.3 cents per point for booking economy. But they're also better than using Ultimate Rewards for travel redemptions through the travel portal, okay? Because you're getting like 1.75 cents per point, 1.6 cents per point. Highest you can get through the travel portal with the Chase Sapphire Reserve is 1.5 cents per point. The only better value you could get with United Miles would be redeeming for like Polaris business class on international routes like I did, okay? I got a flight for 60,000 points just before the devaluation. Same flight is now 80,000 points, but I got 6 cents per point. You could probably still get 4 or 5 cents per point if you're doing those specific routes. But not everyone is necessarily in the position to do that. You might be looking at economy on a US domestic route. All right, now for our final story, how you can earn 10 points per dollar if you have the Chase Southwest cards. They're always doing promotions on these cards. It seems there's like a new promotion every single month. Now, what this one is that you need to register for this promotion on this landing page between June 12th and June 18th. And then if you book a Southwest flight during that 7-day period, you will earn 10 points per dollar on up to $500 in spend. Then it just goes down to the normal rate that your card earns on anything you spend above $500. So anyway, that's it really with that one. I mean, very useful if you were going to book a Southwest flight like this week. You can earn 10 points per dollar for it, okay? Up to $500 in spending. So if that is you, I'll put a link to this in a pinned comment. You can click in and you can register for the promotion and, well, hey, there you go, 10 points per dollar. Thank me later. But obviously, if you weren't planning on booking a Southwest flight this week, then completely useless. But don't forget to look out for more Southwest promotions because they really are doing them all the time. Also, another thing you shouldn't forget is that you can get up to 12 free stocks when you set up an account and deposit any amount of money with the stock brokerage app Webull. Link for that deal is below. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.